Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar, Chronic Creators for Black Friday and Cyber Monday Prep. We're so glad to have you all here as we dive into the exciting world of healthcare influencer. Let me start with introducing can you go to the next slide, our speakers. Yeah, there we go. So I'm Amelia, Senior Brand Manager at CEFALY, and I'll be one of your hosts today. Alongside me is Kiara from CEFALY. She manages everything from social media to influencer marketing and is always on the lookout for creative ways to connect with communities online. We're also joined by special guest Amelia Cook, influencer marketing expert from Grin, who will share her expertise on building successful influencer partnerships. Before we dive in, I'd like to give a brief introduction to CEFALY for those who are new to us. At CEFALY, we're dedicated to providing non-invasive, non-pharmaceutical solutions to help prevent and treat migraine attacks. With CEFALY, we want patients to get back to life. The CEFALY Connected device is an FDA-cleared over-the-counter neuromodulation device that's clinically proven to relieve migraine pain and reduce migraine frequency, all without the use of medication, the best part, right? Using external trigeminal nerve stimulation, it targets the primary pathway for migraine pain to your trigeminal nerve right here on your forehead, offering relief with minimal side effects. Many of us at CEFALY, including our CEO, Jen, and myself, live with migraine. So that is why we're so passionate about working with healthcare influencers to share our mission. Together, we truly believe we can bring life-changing technology to more people to make a real difference. Now, with that done, here's what we have planned for today. We'll start with part one, where we will discuss how to become an influencer in the healthcare space and the unique opportunities it presents. In part two, we'll explore how CEFALY can be your partner in growing a following. Then in part two, we'll review some compelling case studies that showcases the impact of influencer collaboration with CEFALY. Finally, we'll wrap it up with a Q&A session with Amelia, where you can ask any questions you may have. Before we get started, quick note, please feel free to ask any questions during the webinar by posting them in the chat. I'll be overseeing the chat and answering any questions that come in. We'll also have breaks in between each part to address any additional questions you may have, so don't hesitate to share your thoughts. With that, let's get started.
Thank you, Danielle, and thank you, Amelia, for joining our webinar today. Let's get started becoming an influencer in healthcare. I would like to start by breaking a myth over here, which is everybody can be an influencer. Everybody that has a story can make content and can create their community. To succeed as a healthcare influencer, in fact, you need a voice, a story, and a platform. Your experiences and insight have the power to resonate with others, especially those who are in search of a community or guidance in their healthcare journey. At first, it can be a little awkward, right? Especially if you are a newbie, if you are at the very beginning. I remember I was always worried that the people from high school or from my small town were gonna look at my content and make fun of me. Why is she doing that? You're kind of scared. Like, are they going to understand or are they going to judge me? So it's an understandable feeling. Just so you know, a lot of people feel this way, and it's normal to feel this way, but don't let the voices stop you from creating amazing content, because people need you out there. If you have a story to tell or a message to spread, just go out there and post. Here are a few tips and tricks to make your life a little bit easier when you're getting started. One tip can be, at first, you can create a separate Instagram handle for your content, which is separate from your personal one. Maybe you want to use a specific name or a nickname, something that you know people are not going to recognize you. And then later on, you can invite them and join them to join you in your community. But maybe that's kind of like a good way to break the ice if you don't want your small town to know that you're creating content. Another good way is you can dedicate one day, a specific day, whether a Saturday, a Sunday, a morning, or afternoon, creating a bunch of videos, a bunch of content or graphics. And then you can use platforms like Buffer to schedule them out and maintain consistency. Personally, I'm always super critical with my content. So scheduling helps me be like, all right, it's already scheduled. There's no going back unless you have to, of course. But if you schedule it, it kind of feels like you already jumped, right? And then another recommendation that I give you is number one, make an introduction video as soon as you start speaking to your community. Make sure they know and they understand what your topic is, who you are, what your message is. And once your community grows, keep on repeating this exercise, keep on introducing yourself. People might not know, right? And they're not going to scroll all the way down to 200 videos to find out who you are. You can pin it or you can make a fresh new ones, which is what I always recommend. So introduce yourself multiple times, especially if you grow your community very fast. Finding your niche in healthcare. This is a very interesting topic because there's so many varieties, right? There's so many variants. There's so many things you can talk about. And in the healthcare world, especially with the migraine community, niches can be fluid. That's because of a word that I learned with starting to work for CEFALY, which is comorbidities. Migraine often coexists with various comorbidities like anxiety, PTSD, POTS, endometriosis, and PCOS. That's why you can speak about endo, you can speak about migraine, you can speak about migraine and endo, or so many other conditions. You are the one in charge. It's your story to tell. You can share your story and raise awareness about a topic that matters to you. It can be your story, or a popular thing that I see on TikTok nowadays is a lot of spouses, since their significant other, they're not always well, like they don't feel good. They don't feel like making content because it takes a lot of energies. They advocate for them. So maybe your significant other wants you to go out there and spread that message for them. By speaking authentically about your experiences, you interact a community. You'll attract a community that really wants to hear your message, and that will help you define your niche. Another little tip, and here I have an example from Laura and Amy. You can add a few keywords to your bio. For example, Laura, she's passionate about books, but she also speaks about chronic migraine and POTS. And Amy, she speaks about chronic migraine recovery. So another good way to make sure that people find you and understand what your topic is or what you're talking about is adding it to your bio, or here, embedded in your name. Influencing versus advocating. Now, these two things can coexist. There's not just one rule, and there's so many theories out there, but let's say there are two different roles. Influencing, or an influencer in general, promotes products or brands, often based on agreement with the company, aiming to encourage their audience to try or purchase the product throughout their recommendation, right? They can build trust to their followers. So they believe in the product, they love the product, but their focus is mainly on marketing. And then you have the advocates, on the other hand, that support your product, but on a bigger picture, they support the community, they support a cause on a deeper level. So their goal is to spread awareness, create positive change, and help others find solutions or support. That being said, you can be an advocate and also an influencer. You can be super passionate about migraine and also believe in products like CEFALY, or believe in other products and, market them on your social media accounts. So don't be shy, and you can be an influencer and an advocate. You make your own rules. Medical credibility. This is really important for us, especially on a regulatory perspective. There's a few things that it's important to remember when you're speaking about medical facts and giving just medical information. Remember to use verified sources. Always reference to credible, trusted medical sources when discussing health-related topics, like migraine or other treatments, such as CEFALY. This is important because people are listening to you and they will do their research. They trust you, so they expect you to do your research as well. And they're more likely to trust your content if it's backed by accurate, reliable information from reputable sources like medical journals, health organizations, etc. An extra tip, double check your facts. I know you remember everything, we know that, but make sure that you just do a quick Google research before scheduling your post. When working with our creators, we always make sure that they send us a little brief and a script in advance. That's because your content has to go through our regulatory department. It's not a very severe department. They love reviewing your content, but it's important that your content is also regulatory compliant. So I'll give you a quick example. A lot of times, especially with newer influencers, we have to remake the script or edit the script because it's often people mistake CEFALY as FDA approved versus FDA cleared. Although they're very similar concepts, they cannot be regulatory approved. Like CEFALY is FDA cleared, is not FDA approved. So once we put our signature on that content, we have to make sure that it's accurate. And on the other side, you want to make sure you're giving accurate information to your community as well. So this is a little example. Handling conflict with grace. Speaking about health issues, speaking about health-related topics, you will find people that disagree with you. It'll happen. Don't feel, especially if you're at the beginning, don't feel threatened. That's okay. It's important to stay true to yourself and your values. However, what works for you might not work for someone else, and that's okay. People will use your platform as a source of comfort, but sometimes they may struggle to express themselves kindly. Give them grace. One thing that we always remember at CEFALY is that people are in pain. And when you are in pain, you don't want, sometimes you just don't want to listen to a few things that you can disagree on. And that's okay. In the disagreement world, everything is allowed, but just give people grace. Remember, you set the tone for your community. Always respond politely, even when you're faced with criticism and disagreement, because you're an example for your audience. And maybe, who knows, somebody that found your TikTok or your reel organically and was disagreeing with you at the beginning, maybe you will gain a follower or a new member to your community in that world of disagreement. So always be nice. Speaking about content, here's a few tips and tricks when making content for CEFALY, but also when making content for the healthcare world in general. So we recommend avoiding flashing lights, shaky filters, or neon effects because they can be triggering for people that suffer with migraine, but also people that have other conditions. So use this as a general rule. And even the second one is super important. Use larger captions for better accessibility. If it's bigger, it's easier for them to read. And at the same time, if they're not using their audio, they're simply reading what you're saying. So just be mindful of that. Maintain a calming tone and visual throughout the video to keep the content soothing and enjoyable for people that are watching. When promoting health and medical products, as we said, always to refer to the FAQs, just because you want to make sure that you're providing reliable information. Include disclaimers when possible. We love that at CEFALY when you add disclaimers, just clarifying that your content is not medical advice. This builds trust and ensures you're staying compliant with health guidelines. When promoting the CEFALY device, we recommend you to lay down and do your treatment while laying down. We understand that some people might feel like they want to get up and do their regular chores, but we always recommend laying down, especially if you're making content for us. Please make sure you're laying down or your head is titled back, just because we cannot approve content where you guys are not laying down. And it's also a therapeutical treatment, as Danielle was mentioning, so you really want to enjoy yourself while doing your CEFALY treatment. Last but not least, optimize your captions. A lot of times we speak about SEO, but the new topic here is TikTok SEO, right? So there's a lot of ways to rank high on TikTok, and one of them is making sure you're using the right keywords. So whether you're writing the caption or is the caption embedded in your videos, make sure that they are optimized. This way people will find your content organically, and that's what you want. You want to grow your community organically. So yeah, this is what we recommend. Avoid heavy edits and filters. I didn't want to put any picture here for to respect our migraine community. Can be triggering. So just imagine like a picture that has very heavy edits that can bother. They can be a little too much for people that have a certain condition. And just keep in mind this picture. You are laying down, no heavy filters. Your CEFALY device is placed on your forehead. You're in a relaxed state. Perfect photo. And also, we recommend creating a link tree and to plop it to your link in bio. How many times have influencers said link in bio? So many. So you can add this to your link in bio and make it your library, especially when you go viral. I promise you, people will search your link in bio. That is the first thing, especially if you're promoting a product. They will look for for the product if it's not on your TikTok shop in your link in bio. So make sure you add that, your products, your favorite products. If you're an affiliate, if you're an Instagrammer, for example, you really want to use Linktree, because then you can just lead people to your link in bio and search for that product and earn commission, right? And you can also add your Amazon storefront link, which is another way to earn commissions as well as an affiliate. You also want to add relevant clinical studies, because you can share links to clinical studies that can back up what you're saying and the science of the information that you're stating in your video. You can educate your audience and add credibility to the products or technologies you recommend. And also, let's not forget trackability, right? You can take a look. I believe if you have the free version, you can track up to 30 days. I don't quite remember, but you can analyze your community behavior based on what they're clicking. Are they visiting your link in bio and they're interested in a specific product like CEFALY? Are they clicking on the CEFALY link a lot of times? That means that you probably want to reach out to the company and say, hey, maybe we should do another video together. Or maybe you want to reach out to their allies. We have a lot of allies that you can add to the migraine toolkit. So make sure you're looking at your link tree. That is going to tell the story of what people like, not just your engagement rate. And what you think you need versus what you actually need. If you're at the beginning, you don't need to be fancy. You don't need a fancy tripod, camera, or a microphone. If you have migraine, you don't want to use the ring light. It's a lot. So all you need is your phone, your ideas, and I put Wi-Fi connection, but really that's optional because you can use your gigabytes, right? So that's even optional. So you need your phone and your ideas. And yeah, post away.
Thanks, Kara. That was great. So we're going to take a little break and open it to a conversation with all of you. We are going to ask for your thoughts and experiences on the following. So Something will pop up on your screen where you could leave your answers back, a little survey, and we want to know, how do you handle conflict or negative feedback on your platform? And what tips or practices have helped you stay true to yourself as a creator? So feel free to answer the little pop-up that Kiara is sending your way on the screen. And as always, the Q&A is open, so if you even want to add some responses to that in the Q&A, that's great to let other people know what you're thinking. With that, when people are answering those questions, we did have a question come in from Juliana. Will CEFALY ever join TikTok Shop? Kiara, which I know something you're very passionate about, so I wanted to save that question for you.
We have a TikTok shop.
We're there, we did it.
Yeah. So we are on TikTok shop. That was gonna be in my next slide, but we are in the process of building our amazing affiliate program on TikTok shop. So send us the request, and yeah. So yeah, we have a TikTok shop.
Yes. Oh my God, yay. Awesome.
Cool.
There any questions during this break that any of you want to shout out in the Q&A? I think that's it. If you want to get started on part 2, Kiara.
Perfect. Thank you so much for answering the questions, guys. I'm gonna end the poll right now, but if you have any questions, just drop them in the Q&A part.
Okay, we have some results from the poll if you want to go over that real quick. So
Yeah.
number 1, how do you handle conflict or negative feedback on your platform? The most answered response was A, I address it directly and respectfully. Yeah, we totally agree with that one. Number 2, what tips or practices have helped you stay true to yourself as a creator? The most is B, sharing my personal journey and staying authentic, which at CEFALY, we absolutely love hearing everyone's story, especially the after using CEFALY part. We love hearing, so, but we are biased to the after part.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for sharing, everyone.
Now, part 2. As Danielle was mentioning, CEFALY is a non-invasive migraine treatment. We love working with our influencers. We love working with new creators. We love investing in our creators because together we're making a difference and we are helping other people. Here's a few best practices if you're making content for us for CEFALY. One of the most frequent questions that you might encounter is, how do I take care of my electrodes? So here's a few tips and tricks to make sure that your community is aware of how to preserve the electrodes and make sure that they last a long time. Number 1, use CEFALY while sitting or reclining with your head titled back. We already said that. Make sure that you're showing yourself laying down, or if in that moment you're placing your device, you add a disclaimer that that's how the device is meant to be used. Cleanse and dry your skin. You want to wash your face with soap and water and dry it out, but wait before you finish your skincare routine, because all those products like makeup removers, moisturizers, or alcohol wipes, they can ruin the quality of the gel. So you just want to wash your face with soap and water, and then you apply the electrode right above your eyebrows. You want to lay down, enjoy your treatment, and after that, you want to finish your skincare routine. Also, make sure you tell your community and you also follow this advice yourself. Do not leave the electrode exposed or unpackaged, especially when it's really dry. Extra tip, you can tell them to store the electrodes in the fridge. Migraine can be a very lonely journey, right? Living in an invisible illness like migraine often leave people isolated. And that's why most likely they're going to search for a community online or new ways to treat their to feel better, to treat their condition. We participated to a couple of events. It was amazing to see how everybody knew each other. They all knew each other through Facebook groups and support groups because they were all part of the community. I feel like this is an amazing aspect of the healthcare community. You can meet people online or in a group, and they become friends because you share the same journey. In this space, being relatable is crucial. The best way to connect with others and is simply being yourself. Tell your story. It's your Canva. It's your story to tell. So make sure you're just authentic. You follow the guidelines that we gave you guys before, like put your sources if you're giving medical information. But and remember that as a content creator, your journey can inspire and offer comfort to a lot of people. And maybe who knows, people that are searching for an alternative treatment, they will find your video and see alternative treatments like CEFALY, and they will change their lives. So think about that. Repetition builds trust and commission. I put Michelle, our beloved Michelle with the migraine nurse. You can follow her on TikTok and on Instagram because this is really relevant to our Black Friday and Cyber Monday campaigns. But in general, Black Friday and Cyber Monday is approaching. So people are ready to buy. So here is what you want to do. Speaking about a product just once may not be the best way to earn commissions. Here's why. Customers need validation, and it's always said that in marketing, customers need to see an asset 7 times before a consumer makes a purchase. I would say the same principle applies to social media, right? And content and influencer content, because customers or potential customers need to see your content multiple times before they make they make their choice, before they are ready to purchase. So you really want to prepare them in advance. Post in the stories, post a few videos here and there, whatever your way of communicating is, but just prepare them and speak about your story. And that's why I put Michelle as an example here. She's an excellent example because she added our device to her lifestyle, basically. She works and she makes content about work, and CEFALY is there. She makes content about her nighttime routine, and CEFALY is there. Now she's pregnant and she's making content about CEFALY. She's even using CEFALY. That type of storytelling is really what imprints with the community, because they know that you're authentic, that you are speaking about a product, that it's part of your story, that it's part of your routine. So you're not just promoting something because somebody hired you. You're promoting a product because you believe in that product. And that's why influencer and advocate cross, because you got to believe in that project in order for consumer to truly believe that that product might work. Also, if you want to add a few disclaimers like that CEFALY offers a 90-day satisfaction guarantee, they might feel more comfortable finalizing that purchase because they don't feel like they're cornered with a purchase. By posting a lot of content, at some point, you will go viral. You will. I'm manifesting this for you. And this is what you do. Number one, and Juliana's here, she's listening, and I know that you're great at doing that. So I always think about you when saying this, but replying to comments with videos. So this is what happens. Your video will go viral, and then people will start asking questions in the comments. What you want to do is you want to keep the momentum. You want to feed your audience with more content. So you're going to take the comment and you're going to reply as a video. This way, the more people come to your content, the more people see your videos, and they probably ask the same questions related to the topic you're talking about. They're gonna go in the comment section ready to ask that question, but guess what they find? Your answer with a video. So they're gonna go to the other video and they're gonna watch the other video and interact with more videos. And that's gonna build engagement, which is what you want. You want a lot of videos to go viral. Don't make a commercial. Your second videos, your third videos, they don't need to be a commercial. Take a look at the videos the video that went viral. That's what people want. They're telling you, they are communicating it to you. You don't need to focus on, this is the product and yada, yada, yada. You want to integrate it to your routine. That's the best way to promote a product. That's the best way to let the consumer know that you're using it and you believe in the product. Continue the conversation beyond just one post to keep the engagement going. And the pro tip is be consistent in your posting. You want to go viral multiple times. If you're an affiliate, start posting before Black Friday and Cyber Monday. As I was saying, you want users to be familiar with the product before Black Friday and Cyber Monday. This way, they will be ready when finalizing the purchase during Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And remember, if you are an Instagrammer or if you're both, add the product to their link tree, add their product to the link in bio. Or if you're a TikTok affiliate, add the product as shoppable on TikTok Shop. That's another great way to earn commissions. Add your favorites to your link tree on Amazon storefront, but be careful. And the reason why I put it on Amazon is because Amazon is another trigger word, I believe, or this is what I saw so far. But be careful because TikTok comments are they're often filtered. So if you say words like Amazon, if you say words like Instagram or words like link in bio, they might filter that video. So you really want to be careful when using these words. There's workarounds. You can use emojis or you can use like kind of fun ways to say the word bio, etc. But make sure that you also keep that in mind. It's not a set in stone rule, but it has happened. So yeah, maybe put an emoji instead of writing link in bio. Okay.
Great. Thanks, Kiara. Quick little break before part 3. Some comments coming in. Also remember accessibility for the blind. That's a great call out. And then Juliana, again with the heavy hitting comments here, always bringing it. Replying to comments with videos is the most effective strategy. And then I put them all in a playlist. Oh, that's even greater point is putting them in the playlist. Yes. Juliana, you're gonna have to come work for us if you keeps shouting these good points out. That's all we have for questions. Anyone else want to shout something out before we break into our next part? I think we're good to go, Kiara. Oh, we do have a question. Best practice tips if you want to make your content bilingual.
Ooh. There's so many ways to do that. One way is you can have content in English or language A and the caption in language B. You can have 2 profiles, one in set language and one in the other language, or you can have Instagram in English or TikTok in Spanish. But these are only the things that I can think of right now. Maybe somebody else in the comment might have other suggestions, but yeah, make sure that especially if you're like in the Latin community, you want to include them, make sure you follow one of these tips. That way, they most likely going to feel like everybody's included in your world.
Yeah, that was great. Thanks, Kiara. On to part 3.
Yay! Thank you so much. And at the end of part 3, we're gonna have a a Q&A session with Amelia, our influencer marketing expert. So make sure you put questions or ask questions. Now it's your time to shine and ask an expert as well. Case studies.
If you get migraines that meds can't.
Here we have Juliana. She is one of our top influencers. We love her content. We love her authenticity. And one of the reasons why we added her as a case study is because we were really impressed by the video that she made and she went viral with. This is her video.
Touch. Maybe you don't have access to meds or meds don't work for you. This is not anti-med, but you are going to want to watch this video. This is my CEFALY. I do take meds. They don't always work, but I'm trying to pursue pregnancy right now. And the meds that I do take, I cannot take once I'm pregnant. So I was on the search for a good drug-free solution, and that's how I came across CEFALY. I had seen a lot of videos about it, but I wasn't convinced until I tried it for myself, and holy cow, this thing is amazing. So
if you want to watch the full video, you have to go follow her. Go check her TikTok account, Jules and Gemma, and I believe it's the same handle for Instagram as well. So what we loved is that she's following all the best practices, but also she's being super duper authentic. She is just telling her story and the reason why she loves the product. Authenticity and being relatable is really what drives engagement and sales. Also, we love boosting. As I said, we love investing in our creators. So we will always, if you work with us, most of the time we're going to ask you, hey, can we boost your content? Can we run your content? Because we really believe in your work and we love investing in you. This is a little example of her content and impressions and clicks when we boosted her content and how amazing and the amazing results that we have. So if you're going viral, even if we're not working together, and you made a video about CEFALY and went viral, we truly encourage you to reach out. And then we have Adrienne. Adrienne, or Yoga Migraine, joined our Influencer of the Month program, where we promoted, she made a video for us. We did a live together. It was amazing. We did like a yoga chair class together. It was really awesome. And we also promoted her code now affiliate link across our marketing channels, email, SMS, social media, etc. And the results were incredible. She is always awesome with her coupon code. But the difference between the Influencer of the Month program and the organic results were also impressive. That's because it's always great to team up. And now we're going to leave a little space to Amelia.
Hello, everybody. I'm Amelia. I work alongside Kiara with the influencer program. I currently also run about 4 or 5 other brands programs right now. So I'm really in the weeds day to day on influencer marketing. So if you have any general questions or anything regarding best practices or ways for brands to notice you or anything like that, feel free to ask.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Amelia. While they're rolling in, let me get it going with a couple questions. So, what strategies can I use to effectively negotiate a partnership with a brand?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's multiple ways. One of my favorite things is to provide results that you've had from previous partnerships. Or if you haven't had any previous partnerships, maybe you just show your analytics. I love when people show what they're worth and why they're worth it. I also like when you negotiate things outside of money as well. So if you want more of a long-term partnership, or if it's a product and you want multiple of them or something along those lines, I think coming at it with reasons why you should, get this partnership, or just having, flexibility in what you want.
Yeah, that's really important. definitely. We love seeing how things have worked in the past to help us figure out if we want to work with that content creator.
Yeah, absolutely.
As a new content creator, what steps can I take to find collaborations and connect with brands?
Absolutely. So there's multiple different ways. One of my favorite ways is actually going to the homepage, the website of brands, and scrolling all the way down and see if they have an affiliate program. I know that's where the majority of affiliate programs live. It'll say like apply to be an affiliate. Pretty sure that's where it lives on Cefaly's website as well. So that is a great way to just like get your name out there. Email is also a wonderful way, or DM. It really does depend though. Sometimes the influencer marketer that you want to get in touch with does not have access to those DMs. So it might take a while, it's going to be the social media manager relaying it to somebody else, relaying it to the influencer marketer. So that might be something that takes a little bit more time, DMs, but if you can find an email, that's also another way. And really just being consistent with content. I know influencer marketers live on social media, or at least I do, unfortunately. But I'm always looking for people that represent the brands that I represent well. So just constantly putting out content that's consistent and authentic for sure.
Yeah, yeah. We have some questions about getting the Cephaly device if you're working with Cephaly, which is always a great question for content creators, right? So if you are part of our affiliate program and you are part of our influencer program, meaning that you have applied to our Grin link, I just put it in the Q&A in the last anonymous question. And we have lots of campaigns going on, and if we feel that your page is a good fit for us, we have no problem doing a gifted collaboration. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. With that, again, like Amelia mentioned, like sending us your information and the work that you've done in the past is always a great way to start a collaboration that may gift you a new Cephaly.
Exactly. I see in the chat, Austin asked, do you have any tips for engaging people with disabilities? And I think that is such a genuine question. And you also mentioned making things more accessible for blind people. So obviously adding that audio is really wonderful. But I'm very curious. I don't have any personal experience with this, and I think it's something that should be, represented more or talked about more. But Kiara or Danielle, do you guys have any thoughts on that?
Yes, definitely add captions. You know your audience. So especially if you have a special condition, if you have migraine, for example, you know that you shouldn't be using certain filters. You shouldn't be using certain triggers, right? Certain words might be triggering. So it's not just the effect or the visual part or the sound part of the video or the content, but it's also the content per se. So you want to be really careful when you are speaking about medical things. For example, use a source, but also make sure you know your community, because people might be sensitive for a few words for a few reasons. So you want to add disclaimers. You want to add your reasons, not because you have to justify yourself, but because if you're building a community, you will find all type of people. And just we were saying, if you do get bad comments, make sure that you're approaching them with kindness. But on a visual level, I would recommend always adding captions. That way, whether people are not able to listen to the video, they can read it. And also, a thing that you can do is you can add a description in the caption section or in the comment section describing what the video is about, a topic, or any information that you can give to your community to make their life easier. So these are a few tips that I can share with you.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
think
hadn't
that,
thought
oh,
about
go ahead,
that.
Amelia.
Oh, sorry. I forgot like when you go to post, you can go to like the details and then go fill that in. So yeah, I think that's a wonderful way to access that community. All right, I'll pass it back to you, Danielle.
Yeah, that alt text really helps out. Um, Yeah, those are great points. I think that's really important, especially when we're talking about healthcare influencers. Quick question about the difference between the grin link and the share a sale link. So the grin link that I sent out, that's if you want to be an influencer and you want to work on a campaign with CEFALY. So whether that's like a Black Friday campaign or a Mother's Day sale that's coming up, or any kind of content campaign that it would be a one-off. That's what you would apply to. And if we have a campaign coming up that we think really matches your profile and you'd be a good fit, we'll reach out and invite you to that campaign. The share a sale link is when you want to become an affiliate and you want to make commission. So commission at CEFALY is 10%. And a little secret for you guys who are on with us still, till the end of the year, our commission went up to 15%. So now is the time to start working with CEFALY, get that affiliate link, start posting about CEFALY organically, obviously authentically and honestly. We'll never tell you what to say. And get that link out so you can start making those holiday, that holiday money. Buy yourself presents and your loved ones. Another question for you, Amelia. I know we're coming up on time, so I think we have time for about one more. And I think I want to ask this one. What are the key elements that brands look for in an influencer when considering collaborations?
Absolutely. I think the number one thing is easily being able to access your contact information. That is like my end all be all. If your email is in your bio, I love that. Even if it's like clickable, I can only access that through my cell phone because I usually do my browsing on Instagram on the computer. So having your email address like within your bio is a game changer. What was the main question? I really went off on the tangent there.
What are the key elements that brands look for in an influencer when considering collaborations?
Absolutely. Authenticity is another main one. Just having that energy that's consistent, having content that aligns with you, and having a community that is obvious that they have a connection with you. There are a few creators out there that I follow just because the way they interact with their community is so fascinating to me. One interesting way is that Instagram has introduced like those chats where you can communicate with just like your followers. They can join in and you send out little notifications. That's super interesting. That stands out to me a lot if you have one of those communities, because that means you literally have like direct people that you are communicating directly to that really respect your thoughts and you really have that connection with.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you so much, Amelia. We're coming up on time, so I just want to take this time to let everyone know that if you do want to become an influencer, check out our Instagram's link tree and check out the tag that says become an influencer. Also sent the links in the chat. And if you ever have any questions, you could always reach out to me and Kiara through email at community@cefaly.com, or customer service email. If you ever have questions about the device itself, we're always available, but our customer service team are absolute rock stars. So I can definitely let you know that they will help you out with any device issues. You could always use our CEFALY coach program too and book a time by visiting our coach page on cefaly.com. Please keep an eye out for post-webinar email from me that will send you a recording of this and the slides. And thank you for watching. We can't wait to see what you guys make. And again, if you have any questions, always reach out. Always DM us. Kiara's online all the time. Thank you so much, Amelia.
Thank you for having me. This was so fun.
Thank you
Great.
so much. Thank you,
care, everyone.
everybody.
Bye.